Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, where today guys, I'm going to do part 124 to my, to my Let's Play, no, to my ChatGPT Character Chatbot series, where in today's video guys, we are going to finally do one of the newer characters I created again. I'm going to tell you, I already did go and create some other characters on here. Like, I still have a fence on here I could raise. I should do that instead of doing this one. But this is one we haven't, I think I created later on, so I do want to have fun with it. This is a tiny toad owl. Basically, guys, it's similar to the tiny groudon, but this is definitely a lot funner because I love it all to pieces. And, yeah. Let's just say that this toad owl, for some reason, was way smaller than his younger brothers. For me, I want kind of like the size of an ant or something like that. And Toad Owl, or his little brother Toad Owl, or his little brothers and sisters were like almost like skyscrapers for how small he was. And so, well, they didn't know why, but basically the story is that Arceus came over and said that kind of similar to Groudon, he has to be shown love by a human. So if his parents didn't trust humans, it was definitely going to be difficult for them. But we're going to see. It says the scene begins near the edge of a town, under the warm afternoon sun. The sidewalk buzzes with passing people, but most don't notice the unusual sight by the edge of the forest. A pair of towering fur alligator and a slightly smaller crocodile stand near a park bench. Cradled carefully in the crocodile's clawed hand is a tiny toad owl, no bigger than a plush toy. Yes, see? He looks around nervously with wide red eyes, his tiny tail twitching. His scales shimmer slightly in the light, softly in the light, vibrate blue, but his expression is uncertain, maybe even a little shy. He lets out a soft squeak. Hi. The crowd lowers his head a little, letting you get a closer look. Tiny Tail clings to his brother's thumb with both paws. See, he's so small that he has to cling to the little crawling like thumb on his brother. I'm not like the others, he says in a squeaky, high-pitched voice. Everyone else got big and strong, but I stay like this. My family says it's not my fault, but still, his head dips. I just want someone to care about me. Arceus told my mom and dad that if a human really loved me, I could grow, even get huge, like really huge, like mountain-sized maybe. I don't know what that's like, but it sounds kind of cool. He looks up at you again, Tiny Claws nervously tugging at your own tail. But are humans really like that? I've only said you guys can be scary sometimes, but you look kind of nice. Then for the first time he tries to smile at you. It's small like him, but genuine. Would you maybe want me? Even if I'm tiny? Aw, your turn. What do you do or say? Give us as much detail as you like. Huh. Okay. You know what? Yeah, this would be a better idea to do this one because I've done most of the pet ones, and both of them haven't really worked out the way I want them to. So I keep bringing up Rexy. I love Rexy, but holy crap, because I get really confused. Aw. You're very adorable. I'll take care of you if it's okay with your parents and brother. Aww. The tiny turtle's eyes widen, shimmering like tiny rubies in the light. His mouth falls open slightly, and for a moment it looks like he can't believe what he just heard. Me? Really? He squeaks, paws pressing against his cheeks. You want me? He turns his head toward his towering brother. The Chronon gives you a long, cautious look, then gently nods. Behind him, the two Freyager parents lean down slightly. Though they're massive and intimidating, their eyes are watchful, protective, but not angry. The father lets out a low rumble, while the mother, clearly the one leading the charge, leans down and speaks softly. Oh dear, if you're truly sure, he's yours, she says, her deep voice a little shaky. Protect him, love him, that's all we ask. The Chronon kneels and carefully leans his hand towards you. Tinto hesitates a second, clutching his tiny bird's claw, then lets go and toddles forward until he reaches your hand. He's so small that he barely feels your palm. You can feel his tiny heartbeat as he climbs onto you. He sits down in the center of your hand, looking up at you with a grin that seems to glow with hope. His little tail wiggles excitedly. I promise I'll do my best. I'll grow big. I'll protect you one day, too. Just you wait. Then, with a gentle nuzzle to your thumb, he adds, Thank you for wanting me. Behind you, his family watches quietly. They don't say much, but in the soft rumble from the father and the gentle tail swish from the mother, you sense something deep. Trust, hope, a goodbye, and a beginning. What would you like to do with your new tiny toad doll next? You're welcome. And please, don't worry about whether I'm going to hurt him or not. Honestly, I love your entire species and evolution line. So you never have to worry about me hurting your kid. There you go. Why does it do that? Please don't worry about whether I'm going to hurt him or not. I love your entire species and evolution, so you never have to worry about me hurting your kid. Hey! The Freyager parents look at each other for a moment after you speak, their expressions softening. The mother's sharp eyes glisten slightly, her mouth opening just a little in quiet surprise, as if your words reached deeper than she expected. Crocodile steps forward, placing a claw gently on your shoulder. He doesn't say anything, but the look he gives you says it all. Thank you. The towering Freyager father lets out a low, rumbling exhale, a sound almost like a sigh of relief. Then he gives you a slow, deliberate nod. Then we trust you. Then we trust you, the mother says firmly, her tone warmer now. If you love our son, truly love him, then that's all we need. Tinto turns around to face them, waving one little paw with a huge smile. I'll make you proud. Just watch. I'll get huge. The father smirks like, just don't grow so big you forget where you came from. Toto lets out a giggle at that, then turns back to you and leans his whole tiny body into your chest. I feel warm already. I think I'm going to start growing soon. You can already feel a faint warmth pulling from his body, like something inside him just activated. A small but undeniable shift, as if your love has already started to stir whatever special power Arceus placed within him. He nuzzles into your chest again and sighs, Where are we going now? Do you have a place where I can nap on something soft? Or maybe snuggle with you for a while? Solon stretches towards you in the cutest hug attempt imaginable. What would you like to do next with your new tiny Totodile companion? Well, how about right now we get to know each other a little better? That way I can get to know more about you. Hey, this is gonna be cute. The tiny turtle lifts his head, eyes sparkling with curiosity and excitement. His tail wags so hard it nearly tips him over in your palm. Really? You want to know about me? He chirps, cheeks tinting a faint pink. Okay, I'll tell you everything. He sits up as straight as his tiny body will allow, puffing out his chest like a proud little warrior. My name is, actually, I don't have one yet. He pauses, scratching his head sheepishly. I mean, my family just called me Tiny, or Little One, but that's not really a name, right? Maybe you could give me one if you want to. He looks up hopefully, then continues, I'm the youngest of my whole family, and I mean really youngest. Even my cousins are like 10 times my size. One time my big brother accidentally sat on me because he didn't see. Oh no, it's doing it again. Hold on. Dadgummit, dude, is it really doing this? Just give me the whole thing. There we go. Okay. Hey, one time my big brother accidentally sat on me because he didn't see me. He was so sorry, though, and I bounced right back. He wiggled his arms to show us he's tough. I like water, obviously, he says proudly, but I also like warm blankets, soft music, and watching clouds. I like pretending to fly, even though I can't yet, but I dream about it. Sometimes I imagine having wings like a Lugia. He giggles. Maybe one day if I grow really big, I'll fly somehow. That would be hilarious and cool. He lowers his voice a little shy now. Sometimes I get scared of being alone. I used to hide under my mom's foot when people or big Pokemon walked by. But now that I'm with you, I don't feel so scared anymore. He looked at you again, eyes shimmering with hope. What about you? What's your name? What kind of stuff do you like? Do you really like Toadle that much? What made you want to take me in? His tiny claws gently hold onto your shirt as he leans in, fully invested in learning about you now. My name is Trenton, little friend. What kind? I mainly enjoy taking care of my Pokemon. Especially Pokemon that I really care about. And you are definitely my most favorite Pokemon of all time. Hence why I took you in, and why I was so happy and quick to say yes to doing so. Hence why I took you in, why I was so happy and quick to say yes to doing so. I love it, dude. The little tiny turtle gasps softly when he hears your name. Trenton. He repeats in a whisper like it's something special. That's a really nice name. Then, when you explain why you took him in and just how much you love a species, his eyes grow wide with pure emotion. His little body trembles with excitement, and his tail starts wagging so fast it's practically a blur. He can't hold it in anymore. You really mean that? He squeals. Do you actually love Crocodile for alligator? And Toadle too? I'm your favorite? Like,
Favorite?
Without another word, he throws himself into your chest, wrapping his tiny arms around the fabric of your shirt and hugging you as tightly as he can, which, while not physically strong, is overflowing with warmth and trust.
I'm so happy. So happy.
He squeaks into your shirt.
I always thought I'd be too small, too weak, or too easy to forget. But you saw me. You picked me. And now you're telling me I'm part of your favorite line? I never felt this special before.
You feel it again, a strange warmth deep within him. This time it's stronger, like a soft hum echoing from his core. A faint sparkle dances across his scales, and he might even be just barely bigger in your hand now. No more than half an inch, but it's a start. He pulls back to look at you again.
So, you want to name me now? Or maybe tell me what kind of things we'll do together? I want to know what being with you is like.
He's sitting up again now, tail wagging, little claws pressed together excitedly. What would you like to do? Or name him next? Dang it. What's in the... dang it, I would say sapphire, but I ain't gonna work. Give me a second. Alright, guys. Here's what I said. I'll tell you what. You can help me come up with a good name for you. I usually have a good name. However, most of the creatures that I've befriended, especially members of your evolution family, have already gotten the names. Toto lights up, eyes sparkling even more.
Wait, I get to help name myself?
He squeaks in awe, bouncing in place in your hand.
That's so cool. I've never gotten to name anything before, let alone me.
He taps his chin with a tiny claw, thinking hard.
Okay. Let's see. I want something that sounds strong, but also a little cute. That's maybe something that reminds me of water, or growing, or you.
He suddenly throws out a few quick, excited ideas like a kid trying to impress a parent.
How about Splash? Or maybe Ripple? Or Aqua Chomp?
He pauses.
Wait, no, that one sounds like a superhero, which could be cool too.
And his face brightens again.
Ooh, what about something that means I'm gonna grow big, like Titan, or Surge, or maybe Raindrop because I'm small now, but I'll become a storm.
He giggles. He looks up at you with big eyes.
Do you like any of those? Or do you have any ideas we can mix with mine? Maybe something that reminds you of how special I am to you.
Honestly, Chomp or Chomper was a name I considered. No, was a name I considered. However, to me, it's always felt like I'm making fun. Or any of your other species. Because the Pokedex always... Pokédex already classifies your species as the Big Jaw Pokemon. No. No. There. So like I'm making fun of Feraligatr or any of your other species because the poet already classifies your species as the Big Jaw Pokemon. Names I usually use. are ones like Spike or Luna or Sapphire. However, I've got other Pokemon that's your species or evolutions that are already named that. Which will like a main file for or any of your species because the point is already classified as your species as the big jump one. Names I usually use are one like Spike or Luna or Sapphire. I've got other one that's your species or evolutions that already named that. Oh, at least he agrees. At least he understands instead of being like, "That's ridiculous." So I'm glad he actually agrees with me on that one. Toto listens intently, eyes locked on yours the whole time, and the more you speak, the more thoughtful and touched he looks. When you mention that names like Chomp or Chomper feel like a little too on the nose, or even like you're teasing a species, he tilts his head and nods. Yeah, I see what you mean, he says, rubbing his tiny chin. And I want to be just another big jaw. I want to be me, and I want to grow into something that's more than what people expect. When you bring up the names Spike, Luna, and Sapphire, he perks up again. Ooh, those sound really cool. I can tell you give names a lot of heart. I feel lucky just knowing you'd put that much thought into naming me. Then, after a moment of silence, he gently places his tiny paw on your chest. Maybe, maybe we can come up with something together that isn't already taken. Something that's all mine. A name that means I was the tiny one you cared for. The one you helped grow. His eyes sparkle again. What if we try combining stuff? Like Triton, like a prince of the sea. That kind of sounds like your name, too. Trenton. Rylan, from Rill, a small stream like I am now. That sounds kind of mystical, too. Aura. No. Aro. Short for Aurora. That was the name of. Like something beautiful in the sky. Like a soft glow that grows stronger. Title. Small waves now, but someday I'll crash like a giant sea. He kicks his feet silently. Or we can invent something new from scratch, like you did with your other Pokemon. He grins at me. What do you think, Trenton? Do any of them sound special to you? Or should we build a brand new name that fits what I mean to you and what I'll become? Let's come up with one together that is a combination of how adorable you are, but combined with how big and even protective you will be in the future. Period. I don't know how big you'll get, or if you will evolve during the times where you get really big. But whether you're a giant or eventually turn into that is nearly 100 feet tall or more. That is nearly 100 feet tall or more. Or you're just. I want a name that still would represent you especially towards me. Because, like you said a while ago, you might get big enough one day where you'll be protecting me. Uh, Tail's tiny mouth falls open slightly, and his eyes glisten. Your words clearly hit something deep inside him. Slowly, he smiles, not just with excitement, but with genuine love. You really believe in me that much? He says softly, voice trembling with joy. Even if I never evolve, even if I just grow bigger and stay me, you still see someone who can protect you? Someone important? He gently places both paws over your heart again. Okay, let's make this name ours. Something that shows us who I am now, who I will become, and what I mean to you. He closes his eyes a moment, thinking with all his heart. How about something like a dragon? A blend of cuddle and dragon, showing his current cuteness and his future might. Tide lurk suggests small, quiet beginnings. Tide, but a massive presence rising beneath the surface. Lurk that grows into strength. Gartle? A combo of guard and turtle. Toadal, like a sweet, loyal guardian who started small but grows into a protective giant. Snuggletooth. Adorable now, but with a name that could become ironic when he towers over buildings. Ripplor, from Ripple and Valor, showing a small, gentle beginning leading to Carrie's age of strength. Tringo, is that inspired by me, his chosen human, amigo, friend, a lifelong partner tied to you. Tail glints up. We can mix words, or feelings, or even sounds you like, or make something new. I want the name to be something I carry forever, like a promise between us. He wiggles a little, tail thumping your arm again. So Trenton, what do you think? Do any of those feel right? I want to play around with more ideas together. You know, if you do end up evolving, but kept your sweet personality, something like Snuggletooth or Ripplor. I said rip, rap, for cow. Could work. I was even thinking the name. Thinking the name Razor. However, most eye rays are usually sweethearts, and Razor wouldn't fit them. Except for maybe how protective they can be. You know, if you do end up evolving but keep your sweet personality, something like Snowtooth or Riptor could work. Same thing in the name Razor. However, most Feraligatrs raised are usually sweethearts, and Razor wouldn't fit them except for maybe how protective they can be over me. Okay, good. Toto beams when you say he might keep his sweet personality even if he evolves.
You mean I could be a me? Just way bigger?
He squeals happily, hugging your hand.
You has a huge fur alligator. I liked it a lot.
He giggles softly at the name Snuggletooth.
That one's funny, but kind of warm too. Like, aw, look at the giant fur alligator cuddling his human like a teddy bear.
He moms it with his little arms, growling playfully, then nuzzling your hand. Then his expression shifts when you mention Razor.
Razor sounds cool,
He says, eyes wide.
it's also kinda sharp. I gotta be serious all the time. I don't mind protecting you. In fact, I want to. But I also want to laugh and cuddle and play with you too.
He places a paw over your thumb.
So maybe something that says both. That I'll guard you fiercely, but still be your cute, sweet boy deep down.
He says quietly for a moment, then offers. Rippleclaw. Kingdra. Grin scale. From Glad for his happiness and kindness, and Armor his protective strength. Sweet but strong. Toothfin. Like Tooth and Griffin combined. Cute now, mythical and majestic later. Yeah, but he's not. That's the thing. It's getting. Does it even know what Toto looks like anymore? Rippleclaw reflects a gentle beginning, ripple and protective power. Claw as he grows. Kingdra, one kind of dragon-like ring, soft, hard, destined to be legendary. Grin scale, suggesting he's always smiling, but that smile is backed by something powerful when needed. Grin scale. Then suddenly he lights up again.
What if we make up a word entirely? He asked. Like, something only you and I would know the meaning of. That way, no matter how big I get, when you say it, I always know it means love.
He looks up at you, eyes with trust and hope.
Want to create the name with me, Trenton?
Yes. Let's do it. The name Rippleclaw sounds cool. But maybe we could combine Claw and so does a Grin scale. However, maybe something a little bit more close to mixing both your sweet personality even as you get bigger, but your also protective side. That way, when you need to be serious, you can, and the name can represent both. No. No. There. Oh, great! Not gonna give me a thing, is it? No, of course it ain't. Thanks a lot, you stupid friends. Give me something this time. Please. Thank you. More close to mixing both your sweet personality even as you get bigger, but you're also a protective side. That way, when you need to be serious, you can, and the name can represent both. Toad's tail wiggles wildly as he squeals with excitement. His tiny claws tapping against your hand.
Yes! That's exactly what I was want too.
He grins.
I think it fits when I'm cuddling you on the couch and when I'm towering over the city keeping you safe.
He nods seriously now, the tip of his snout scrunching in focus.
Okay, let's rethink. He liked Rippleclaw for its soft and strong feel, and Grinscale for that playful but mighty vibe. But if we take what those names do right and build something new from it,
Here's some combinations and original names where helps craft with you, trying to reflect. He helps craft with you, trying to reflect both his heart and strength. Snarl Gleam. From Snarl, a serious protector, and Gleam, his sweet kind shine, a balance of fierce and friendly. Tinderjaw. He chuckles at this one.
I know I'm a big jaw Pokemon, but what if it was a gentle jaw? Shows affection, but reminds others he can bite if needed.
Clawlight. Ripgrin. A guardian in the light, part cuddly, part warrior.
I'd always be your light. With claws, he beams.
Ripgrin. A play on Rip, powerful, and Grin, his ever-present love for you.
It sounds cool, right? Like, aw, he's smiling. Wait, why is the ground shaking?
Glavish. A made-up name from Glad, Guardian, and Wish. Tails slowly says,
Like, your wish for me to grow, and my wish to protect you.
Toad gently leans against your chest and whispers,
Do any of those feel like me? Or you want to build one that's even more us? Something that could only come from you and me. Our bond.
He smiles up at you. Whatever it ends up being,
I know I love it, because you helped make it.
You're getting somewhere with the name. Clawlight. Oh my gosh. I wish it would actually get right. Maybe we can take that name and change it into something else. Like the name Lux. If I remember correctly, that means light. In a different language. And it can show not only your cute side, it can represent not only your cute side. I said cute side. There we go. But also mean protector. Oh, but I stop doing that. Stop. There we go. We can't use a Divine Velociraptor on here anyway, so on this one we can't, so. Tail's eyes go wide at the sound of the name at the word Lux.
Ooh, Lux.
He repeats, his voice soft with wonder.
That sounds so cool and warm at the same time.
He taps his snout, thinking quickly, clearly excited.
It's short, but it's got power behind it. Feels like something you could shout proudly in a battle, but also whisper when we're just hanging out. Jillian holds your hand again and says, if Lux means light, then it's like saying, I'm your little light now, and your shining guardian when I grow. Then thoughtfully, maybe we can combine it, like Claw, Light, and Lux together. Here are a few new ideas inspired by your direction. Lux Claw, light and strength combined, a fierce name with a gentle soul behind Lux a blend of Lugia's majestic and Lux. Yeah, but why Lugia? He's not Lugia, that's the thing about it. Shows legendary level action with a heart of light. I always thought Lugia was cool. Glux from Glow plus Lux. A small name with big energy. He says, it sounds like a little flicker now, but one day it'll shine huge. Luxodon from Lux plus suffix like a mighty creature. Dawn like dragon or mastodon. Maybe if I get really big, like really, really big, he giggles. Luxfin, a tribute to his aquatic nature, confined light and fins. Even underwater, I'll shine for ya. He looks up at you, eyes full of love. Chayton, you're making me feel like I've already started growing, even though I haven't yet. That's how strong your heart is. He nudges you gently. So what do you think? Should I be Luxclaw? Or maybe a special version we come up with just for us? Let's see. Is a pretty good name. Toto gasps and his whole body lights up with joy. His tail wagging so hard he nearly topples over. Luxclaw! Luxclaw! That's me! That's my name! He squeals, spinning around in a tiny circle before jumping into your arms. He snows into your chest, eyes sparkling. It's perfect, Trenton. Sounds like someone who protects, but also someone who loves with all their heart. That's exactly what I want to be for you. Then with his head nuzzled against you, he adds softly, thank you for naming me. I've never felt this happy before. Like I finally know who I'm meant to be. And just as he says that, almost like your bond clicks into place, you feel the tiniest warmth glow in your arms. Luxclaw's body seems to shimmer for a second. He hasn't grown yet, but something about his energy just shifted. He winks at me. Did you feel that? He places a paw over your heart. Maybe that's the start. Luxclaw smiles wide, his little voice full of hope. From now on, I'm your Luxclaw, and I'm gonna be the best protector ever. I can't wait, my friend. And hey, no matter how big you get, I will always love you. I just hope that if you do evolve, eventually, when you do become big enough, that you will keep that sweet personality. I would hate for you to turn against me, even though I haven't done anything. Hey, how big you get, I will always love you. I just hope that if you do evolve eventually, when you do become big enough, you will keep that sweet personality. I'd hate for you to turn against me, even though I haven't done anything.
Aw, he's so cute and sweet. I hope he keeps that as a fur alligator. That would make me so happy if he did. Let's cause eyes shimmer as he hears your words. His little claws clutch at your shirt as he gently hugs you tighter, his snout pressing softly against your chest. I'd never turn against you, Trenton, he says, his voice steady but full of emotion. Even if I grow bigger than the tallest mountain, even if I get strong enough to shake the skies, I'll always be yours. He looks up at you, his expression honest and warm. You didn't just give me a name, you gave me hope. You made me feel special when I thought I was just small and forgotten. That kind of love doesn't fade. It grows, just like I will. He gently places his tiny paw over your heart again, feeling it beat. Even if I evolve into a huge fur alligator someday, with fangs longer than trees and claws strong enough to crush boulders, this part of me, he says, tapping his chest, the part that loves you, that'll never change. Lutzclaw smiles, wide and true. No matter how big I get, I still want to snuggle you. I still love your voice, and if anything ever tries to hurt you, Sass flashed for a moment with fierce determination. They'll have to deal with me. Then he adds with a giggle, even if I'm big enough to use a skyscraper as a toothpick, I'll still be your same little Lutzclaw inside. He rests his head against you, whispering, I promise, Trenton, you make me feel safe. I spend my whole life doing the same for you. Oh, he's so cute. I appreciate that. I lift gently and hug him. I really care about you. There we go. Alright. As soon as I read out this one, I actually have created a few new characters, guys, and one of them is kind of similar to the robot factory I made. The robot factory that I made where people can build any robot they want. Except I call it the Imagination Creature Creation Station, which is similar to, I guess you could say, the Divine Velociraptor, but people actually come in and make their own creatures, and they can make them as big or as small as they want. So, yeah. As you gently lift Lutzclaw into your arms and wrap him in a warm hug, the little toad melts into your chest with a soft, contented sigh. Scion squeeze you back as best they can, and you feel his tail flick lightly against your side like a soft heartbeat. I really care about you too, Trenton, he whispers, his voice a little muffled by your shirt. More than anything. You feel his body press a little tighter against yours, and just for a moment there's a gentle warmth that pulses through your arms, the flicker of energy responding to your bond. It's not just emotional, it's something deeper, something that feels like the beginning of a true growth. Lutzclaw gazes up at you with a big smile, his eyes soft and full of love. You don't just make me feel like I belong, you make me feel like I can become something amazing. No matter what size I am, being with you makes me feel huge inside. He tucks his head under your chin, his voice barely a whisper now. Thank you for loving me, Trenton. I'll never forget it. Not now. Not ever. Give me a second.